top four race, if it is a race, maybe the race started a little bit then, because obviously, first of all, Arsenal beat Newcastle, and then obviously West Ham beat Manchester United. So as it stands, Liverpool are in 5th position on 62 points, having played 35 games. Man United on 63 points, having played 34. Newcastle on 65, having played 34. So Liverpool need Newcastle to slip up and to be able to really change around the goal difference. Just Newcastle lose a game and then Liverpool have to welly someone, which isn't beyond the realms. We've scored 6s and 7s and 9s this season. Or Man United to a loss and a draw maybe, or a couple of draws or something. It does feel like it's, and listen, don't rule Brighton out, by the way, they've got a lot of games left and they've got loads of games and they're on 55 points after 32 games played, but I think that's why Newcastle, they still have to play City. I think they've got, is it Arsenal as well? I think that might be in there. So there's a lot going on for Brighton. I'll double check that now, because I don't want to say something that's not right. Yeah, they go to Everton, they play Everton later, so we don't know that at time recording. Then they've got Arsenal, then they've got Newcastle, and then they've got Southampton and City. So we're not ruling Brighton out here, but for now, let's just look at who's directly above Liverpool, and it is Man United and it is Newcastle.
We want Brighton to slip up, just not today.
Yeah, not today.
At some point, we'll cross that bridge when we get to it. Let City can beat them or whatever. Arsenal and City can beat them, that's fine. Having watched Man United lose 2 games in the last week, they look like a team, and they play more footy than anyone because they've gone so far in the Cup. We know how that feels. They've already won one in another final. They got knocked out recently in Europe as well. They look tired, they look a bit leggy. Again, looking at the fixtures, United have got Wolves at home, Bournemouth away, Chelsea at home, Fulham at home before they play. So they're there 4, and then Newcastle just to round it all off. They've got Leeds away at midday on Saturday. Then they got Brighton at home. Yeah. They host Leicester. They go to Chelsea as well. So first of all, what's your thoughts on this entire thing? Do you think it's now realistic that Liverpool can get top 4? Because a few weeks ago it was just a pipe dream, and it was like, we just need to win 9 games and see where we're at. Well, we've won 6 of those, and there has been a bit of a wobble, particularly by Manchester United, who have drawn 1 and lost 2 of their last 5 Premier League games. Do you think it is realistic now?
If you'd asked me with 6 or 7 games to go, I think I even said on here, I think there's actually a chance we win all 9 games, but this obviously after we had won 3 or 4, there was a chance we'd win all the games, but I didn't think the other teams would drop enough points. So I'd have said if we'd have won them all, there would have been maybe a 10-15% chance. I think if we win our last 3, there's about a 35-40% chance now. I still think United will get the points that they need. I still think Newcastle will scrape over the line, but with a bit of scoreboard pressure, with a bit of pressure of like us who were miles out of it coming back up, and let's be honest, if either of them drop it now and we get in, it's embarrassing for them. If we don't get in, well, we all knew all season we weren't going to do enough. If Man United screw this up now, it's really embarrassing that we've got back in.
The goal difference helps Liverpool as well, for Man United in particular, Abby, because, like I say, the most Liverpool can get to is 3 more wins, get to 71 points. That's as high as we can go. So if Man United effectively need what?
So United need 9 points, so we can get
8 points gets United onto 71,
but
equal,
goal difference
but the goal difference is crap. So in theory, 3 wins guarantees Man United. 3 wins from 4. They don't look like a team who are going to win 3 from 4. At the moment, listen, they should be Wolves, they should be Burnley, they should be Wolves, they should be Bournemouth, and they probably should be Fulham, and even Chelsea aren't that good Chelsea, as well. So again, it isn't the type of fixtures we'd want them to have, but they don't look like a team who are going to win 3 games at the moment anyway. Things can obviously change, but they're the one. I know a lot of people have got their eye on Newcastle as well, which is fair enough, but the goal difference thing as well, it does feel like United are at least gettable. We can at least put pressure on. We can get to them. Always going to Southampton needing to win and just hoping they don't win on the last day. That isn't unrealistic at this point.
No, I mean, maybe we just need an Alisson header on the last game of the season or something like that. Something crazy.
I've got my the things you think about. I've got Mitrovic coming back at Old Trafford in the last game, pissed off at them for getting and he scored. That's the only thing I'm dreaming of. It was like last year when I was dreaming of Phil Coutinho and he gave me it for a little bit and then fucking snatched it away. And Steven Gerrard and all that. But now I've got my hopes pinned on Mitrovic. I know Newcastle playing, who else can I have my hopes pinned on? Big Sam. I've got Big Sam in his first home game doing us a favour as well.
All 4 of their fixtures are actually quite difficult. In theory, Newcastle's,
we've got 5.
Even Leicester at home.
Yeah, you're right, 4. They've got Leeds, Brighton, Leicester, Chelsea. Leicester could well be needing something from that game on a Monday night as well,
So, and the other thing is the Newcastle goal difference. Like Newcastle, as you say, are currently 7 goals ahead. I say that can change in one game. Obviously, we need them to lose a game anyway for us to get the points. So that's at least -1 for them. And even if we go to Leicester and win 4-5-0, obviously let's just get the win. Just get the 3 points on the board, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility. We play 2 of the teams at the bottom of the table, and we've got a home game against Aston Villa, but at home we can score goals, and Villa will come out and we'll try and play, so that might play into our hands. It will be interesting, going into those couple of games. If we do get 2-3-0 up, and maybe United and Newcastle drop a couple more points, you might get sort of a kind of like Bournemouth earlier in the season when the copper chanted "We want 10, we want 10." You might get that sort of an atmosphere, and when that does happen, actually it can spur the players on and
go to Southampton needing 6. Who knows?
Wow.
But the important thing is we do need favours, Derby. But Liverpool look like a team who can win 9 on the run now. We look like we can go. We look like we can win those last 3 games. Not going to Leicester will be tough on Monday night because again they're right in a battle. Again, things might change by the time we get to there because there's a lot of footy to be played in the league today, and then obviously in the weekend before we play them on that Monday night. I still say Man United, they've got a week off now, which they probably need because they look goosed. But again, you wouldn't put your mortgage on Man United winning any Premier League game at the moment. There are the glimmer of hope's back because we were fighting for 5th, 6th. At one point we were just desperate not to be in that Conference League, and now all of a sudden there is a little bit of light on the top 4 tunnel, albeit again not in our own hands, and there's a lot that needs to go in our way, but. It's not like a snooker player who needs 7 snookers to win. You need 1 result really to properly go your way, and you're right back in this.
It just makes me laugh the way all the Man United fans like, oh my god, this is one of our best seasons in so long, and we might end up pipping them to top 4 when we've been an absolute abysmal for the most of the season. Honestly, we've been so terrible, and we might still pip them to it. That would absolutely make my year, that, and then the Blues go down. I'd be absolutely buzzing with it. But it's not out the realm of possibilities. I mean, I'm starting to believe more that we will do it than we won't now, but I don't know if that's just muscle memory from like the Barcelona game, Istanbul, mad stuff like that,
COVID
like the
season as well.
COVID season, to get those. Like I think we were in a similar position then. Like it is muscle memory, and you just think if any club, if any team can do it, it is this one. But I don't know. I'm not pinning too much hopes on it, but I do feel like in my heart it just feels like it is going to happen. But we'll just have to see.
Yeah. So effectively, Newcastle need 7 points. What they do? They need 7 points from 4 games. I think I'd probably still back them, Andy. I might be wrong, but you'd probably expect them. Going back to United, 4 games left for them to play, 9 points. They only so we need them to lose 1 and draw 1.
Draw 2.
Draw 2. Yeah. It's again. I'm talking myself into it a little bit, and maybe that's more foolish, but it's nice at least that we're here and there's something to play for. Don't get me wrong, there's a couple of teams behind us, who might, especially Brighton, who might fancy 5th. So
it's in their hands above us.
Yeah, exactly.
Us, isn't it? Yeah.
But so there's a lot going on, but it does feel like at least we've got a little bit of excitement and something to look forward to, and we can watch a couple of other games where we're hoping they lose. Because it felt like this was a dead rubber of a season where you just couldn't wait to end it. Now there's a little bit of intrigue, which is nice, I suppose.
And there's nothing worse than that. We haven't had that since probably 14-15 under Rodgers, where these league games mean. Well, I suppose there was the final under Klopp.
When he's just playing the kids in all the games.
He's playing the kids in the league and playing the full team in the Europa League, but at least we had the European final at the end of it. Yeah, I did think that this one was just a dead rubber at one point. As I say, I still think it's probably a 1 in 3 chance that we get it, even if we do win all 3 of our games. And like Leicester away is not going to be easy. I think we'll win the other 2, but yeah, we'll have the games on. We'll be doing the maths all the time, and yeah, like Newcastle haven't been in this position before. That's the other thing. Newcastle have not been in this position before. There's scoreboard pressure on them. And I always felt our best chance was Newcastle collapse because these players haven't been there and done it. Our players have. United's players, to an extent, they've got European experience. They've got players who have won titles, etc., etc. So, you never know. The thing about Man United is they're not that good, and I never thought they were at any point this season. They were massively overhyped. Don't see what Ten Hag's really doing in terms of a long-term plan, signing players who are 30, 31. And that's fine if you're 5 points off Man City and you're trying to win a league. But if you're just doing that just to be the 3rd best team in the country and then there's no plan ahead of that, I just didn't really understand it. And listen, they may get in the European Cup next season over us, but I think what we're doing at our club is, long-term. I'm still more excited.
So Val Vegas as a number 10 isn't doing it for you then, Andy. You decided.
Well, Timber Nunez then.
Yeah, it's one of those. We'll see how it all pans out. But I think United are gettable now. I think Newcastle are too far gone, but I definitely think United. I haven't watched them against. I watched the whole game against West Ham. They were
I
poor.
did.
Yeah.
They were
They had a good start, and then their heads gone. They obviously didn't do particularly well against Brighton in a week. Good, but not great teams. You know, who've played well against them. Who knows how that pans out? But I suppose to round off, Abby, is the important thing is we can sit here now and be relatively confident of Liverpool winning 3 games on the run, because that hasn't been the case. No. There hasn't been a single game for a long time. Even this run, we haven't been completely convinced about them. But it has been some. Even whatever happens, if you can end the season with 9 games unbeaten, you know, almost a quarter of the season, which that's how long 9 games is almost. There are some positives. That isn't the end of the world, do you know what I mean? Because it felt like it was the end of the world a few months ago.
Finally, there's that consistency. I mean, I've sat with you here all season saying, like, there's such a lack of consistency. If anything, we were consistently terrible. And finally, you feel like you're looking forward to the game right at the end of the season, when I'm looking forward to the Reds. It's coming to an end, which is what's annoying. Because I'm finally starting to think, like, oh, yeah, I'm really feeling up to this. But I was going into games just feeling like dread. Because you just thought, like, you have no idea what Liverpool's going to show up. But finally, I'm going into games feeling confident with it, feeling like, yeah, I know we are the better side. I know we've got the better players in all of these games, and it does give me a confidence boost going into the top 4 stuff. But I don't know. I don't want to put too much faith on it, because I feel like I've already convinced myself for playing in the Champions League next season, which I give myself a headache doing that.